So, your spouse woke up one day and decided he was just going to change his career because he knew that he could do better. Didn't he say the same thing last year and the year before? And doesn't that kind of make him a serial killer of careers? Dear Rick, my husband Bob quit his job. Again. It was a good job, decent pay. He was actually pretty good at it, but he says it wasn't fulfilling, that he knew he could do more if he were just his own boss, that he knew he could make a name for himself. Now, this isn't the first time that he's done this, and I need to know why it keeps happening and if there's anything that I can do to help make him stop. Signed, Marge. Alrighty, Marge, there's good news and there's, well, kind of almost good news. Basically, this is a normal situation for guys. A man just can't seem to get out of his own way. We might be able to help you. I hope. I needed that first. The symptoms. He's unhappy with his job. He's going nowhere, he thinks. And third, he just wants to make a big change. He wants to be his own boss. He wants to set the world on fire. But this isn't his first rodeo. Now, is it? He quit the same way last year and what you said the year before. So, Marge, dear Marge, we need to address this. And we need to address it rather quickly because I guarantee you, it's gonna happen again. All right, let's take this outside because, frankly, it's a little warm and claustrophobic in here, and I think I can do better when I have room to move. Testing 1, 2. It doesn't look like it's facing me, but I guess we'll find out. Now, Marge doesn't say what old Bob did for a living, but let's make a few assumptions, like maybe he was a plumber or a used car salesman, and one day he decided he was going to be a stand-up comedian, but the only problem was nobody was laughing at old Bob's jokes. So I guess this last iteration, I don't know, let's decide he wants to be a TikTok star. You know, actually, the details do not matter because this is, in fact, male pattern habit. It's classic. Okay, so we've got the specifics taken out of the picture because this could happen regardless of what career you're in. I mean, look at me. I used to be a software guy, for God's sakes, and now look at what the hell I'm doing. So yeah, I can relate. Step 1, let's break down all of his issues. Okay, that's probably going to take a long time in Bob's case. Let's just break down the issues that pertain to his latest issue. I see 4 main points. 4. 1. Men of a certain age, they need to feel important. Like a caped protector who gets a Freedom of Medal award-winning valor thing every single day. You see, that's what we were taught as wee lads, and yes, that is our excuse. We blame our fathers as our fathers blamed theirs before them. It's a vicious cycle. Maybe one day one of us will actually raise our sons to not blame us for our own. Now, some of us men, we require change, not those that eat the same bologna sandwich every single day at exactly 11:30, which is when all good men are supposed to eat their lunch. Most of us require just a little bit of risk in our lives. I mean, we love risk, as long as that risk doesn't really hurt the next day. I mean, we like to imagine we're climbing Mount Everest without oxygen every time we go to the store to buy your maxi pads. So yeah, he's probably craving something like that as well. 3. Now, most of us men of a certain age, we are painfully aware of what we look like now. I mean, back in our 20s when we were just ripped and shredded and the women would drool over us. You know, honestly, this has nothing to do with Bob. I just kind of mentioned this for a little sympathy and pity. Now, men, we just want to feel like we're doing something important, that we mean something to the ones that we love. Okay, Marge, you need to bear with me here a second, because I'm not saying this is your fault. Don't blame the victim and all that, but you do have a lot to do with what's going on. Oh yeah, and in a really ironic, strange twist of fate that does make sense to most men, while we want to feel important to you, we also want to feel important to those that we loathe, hate, and despise. You know, the football guys back in high school who made you feel like you were never going to be anything. Oh, we just want to feel important to them too, because we know they're balding and out of work, and damn it, we did better. Oh, and if you're one of those football guys that I used to know back in high school, guess what? I'm a YouTube star. You're selling used cars. Now, Marge, I do have some real thoughts on how we can help your problem, but I'm just one man, and we have a panel of experts here. Experts in air quotes, of course. Let's hear from them and see what advice they have to offer you. And then we'll pretty much ignore all of that and I'll give you the real scoop. Oh, hey there, Buck Harrington here. So hold on one damn minute. Just hold the phone. He's thinking about quitting his job again after all that gum flapping about reinventing the wheel and starting over with a purpose. He's just going to tap out because it got a little unfulfilling. Well, listen here, sunshine. And yeah, I'm talking to you, Bob. You just can't keep bailing out every time your feelings get in the way. You think the fellows who stormed Normandy got a case of I got the burnouts? No, sir. They stormed. You get a sore back and a bad night's sleep, and now what, it's suddenly time to reevaluate your path? Lord, give me strength. Now look, I may not know much about you and your actual job, but I do know that you don't quit a thing just because it ain't fun no more. Fun is what you earned after years of the grind. You know what we call people who need a work-life balance? We call them unemployed. So here's the thought. Maybe you should stop trying to make happiness and start trying to make money. Do you know what America respects? It respects results. Not this, I'm taking time to reflect on my burnout trigger baloney. Hell, I've been burnt out and hating my job since 1993. But I still get up every damn morning and I manage to yell at 3 people before noon. That's what you call discipline. All right, so here's what I gotta say, and I ain't gonna say it twice. You don't need a new direction. You need an attitude adjustment. So grab a Budweiser, eat a steak so rare it still moves, put on your big boy pants with a belt this time, and get back to work. Lord help me, I miss the time when men didn't sit around and talk about their feelings and all of that bullshit.
No. Don't listen to that guy. He eats meat that he finds on the side of the road. You should listen to me, Miles Silverman. Now remember what mommy and daddy told you when you were 5? Not to take career advice from strangers with unprocessed rage who wear camo underwear? Why? Because that's how regrets are made. Okay, sit down, Bob, take a big deep breath, and maybe have another sip of something that will leave you feeling bad tomorrow morning, because we need to talk. Look, you're confused. Again, I know you don't think so. You think you're just unfocused. But guess what? You're actually okay. You're just opening up old wounds, so stop picking at those scabs, because you'll scar and the other kids will make fun of you. Now let's go over the signs of unhappy career syndrome together, shall we? I call the storybook The Grown Men Who Forgot Feelings Were Real. Did you ignore the part where you were earning good money and supporting your family? That's called responsibility. And you were doing it, now weren't you? Who was a good boy? You see, you don't need to be the next Elon Musk. The world already has enough of those. You just need to be the real, relaxed version of yourself. The people around you like you better that way. So focus, breathe, and face that traffic jam tomorrow morning with a better attitude. Okay, Pumpkin?
You know, guys, I appreciate your enthusiasm, but I'm pretty sure not a single word of that actually helps. Okay, real quick before we do help old Bob and Marge, I have a word for you. It's called Patreon. Now, over on Patreon, we extend these videos, these advice column missives with real life of my own, because there's a rumor circulating that I may or may not have some of these same problems that, well, Bob is experiencing. Over on Patreon, membership is free, by the way. Well, you can kind of get a little more detail on why in the hell I picked this letter to read. Anyway, back to our problemes. Problemes? You know. Okay, so we've got to come up with solutions that will help Marge get a good night's sleep without worrying about what she's going to wake up to in the morning when Bob has another inspiration. All right, it's not a good idea, but you got to start somewhere. Maybe an award ceremony. Every single day, I mean literally, create a little plastic award. They sell them down at the costume shop. You know, for valor and bravery, for not quitting your job and taking out the trash, and oh, I don't know, feeding the dog. We award you the Freedom Medal of... It might help. No, okay, that's probably not a good idea. Okay, how about this one? Enroll him in some simulated danger. It'll give him that risk factor. Give him some VR goggles, tell him he's climbing Mount Everest, set up a fan in front of him, and periodically throw snowballs at him. It'll give him that feeling of risk and reward, while at the same time, you can go do whatever the hell you want to do while he's out there pretending. But honestly, I really do like that snowball idea. Feel free to throw one at him, assuming it's winter. And if it's not, just grab some ice cubes out of the freezer. Works just the same. Okay, well, let's get serious here, Marge. It is scary interesting what goes on inside of guys' heads sometimes. And I think I really can offer you some advice. So I think it all boils down to focus. And yes, Marge, I'm sorry to tell you, but you're going to have to take the lead on this because he's not going to ask. There's a very real possibility that he's changing careers because the last switcheroo didn't work out so well, and he doesn't quite know a way out. But I think what you can truly do with the focus, is help him understand what his needs really are. And just as importantly, perhaps a wee bit more, what your needs are. So yeah, help him through the maze of man emotions, because that maze is really difficult to get out of on your own. Oh, and there's one more very, very important part of this whole thing. He has to think that it's his idea. I'm sorry, it's just the way it works. If he doesn't believe it came out of his own head, you only got about a halfway chance of success. So there you go. Problem solved. And I only had one drink this time. It wasn't that big of a deal. Actually, it kind of was to Bob and Marge. But before we get to celebrating too much, I do have a little bit of an admission to make. Like I said, over on Patreon, I may or may not expound on this. Okay, I am. I'm going to expand on this one. I kind of did this myself. The reason you're watching this brand new YouTube channel is because I once again woke up and had the whole career switch. I can relate to Bob. I'm sure Nikki can relate to Marge. So anyway, subscribe, leave comments, because then this career of mine will actually work and I won't have to change again. So yeah, I'm putting it all on you. Thanks for watching. Oh, sorry, I forgot to add something. What would you have told Bob and Marge, and maybe me and Nikki? Leave in the comments below what your solution would have been to the male chronic career changer. Got to be some better advice than I gave.
Subscribe for more videos. I will step down when I'm